You're here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Now talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are they down here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym for any other gym in the follow.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do, really.
Hello folks, this is Robert again from your Sears hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed or having a backache or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears hometown store. So come on down to your Sears hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joe Horton out the world famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, riding with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands. Because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pasta, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are.
Hello, welcome to your Hometown Sears studio. My name is Les Martin, along with my executive producer, Jason Shockley. This is Just Sports. We certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us here on WLAF AM 1450, as well as 100.9, also WLAF 1450WLAF.com. If you go to 1450WLAF.com, you can click on Watch Live or click Listen Now. Either one. If you prefer not to look at me, then click Listen Live, and therefore it would just be the radio. So for those who may be listening, ever how you may be listening, whether it be internet, television, channel 12, or the radio, we welcome you to another Thursday edition of Just Sports. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about, a lot of things to talk about, but before we get into all of that, of course, we've got to talk about our sponsors because they make it possible. First and foremost, we want to say thank you to Castleton's Fitness. Step into Castleton's and step out a brand new you. And if you just took notice, I'm wearing a Chicago Cubs jersey because my Cubs are in first place. I just wanted to boast just a little bit. But anyway, Castleton's Fitness. Step into Castleton, step out a brand new you. Their phone number is 566-1393. They have Zumba, CrossFit, kickboxing, just to name a few. It's included in your membership. Also, they have a registered nurse on staff. It's a 24-hour facility, so anytime that you would like to go in there, they'll give you a card. You swipe the card, you walk in, you exercise. They have showers. You can take a shower, get dressed for work early in the morning or late at night, whichever may suit you. And you get your workout in, you feel better, you lose weight, you tone up, you take your big old belly and turn it into a six-pack. And you know, that is the hardest part, is the belly. I don't know if anybody has noticed that, but for myself, mine's the belly. Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air.
Hey, Les.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing tonight? Where's your sidekick at?
Well, he had to take some time off. He had some personal issues he had to address, and so it's just me, brother. I hope I can do a satisfactory job for you folks.
Oh, yeah. What about that new recruit born in Tennessee, that quarterback?
Yeah, Jared Guantano.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm glad. It was between Ohio State, Rutgers, and the University of Tennessee, and of course, I watched it on Bleacher Report when he announced that he was going to Tennessee. He said, "Look out, Knoxville, here I come." So, you know, he's a four-star quarterback, pro-style quarterback, pretty good kid, and now that you bring that up, I've got a tweet that was sent out by a wide receivers coach from Ohio State that I'm going to read later in the show.
Okay. All right. We'll see you a little bit.
All right, see you, buddy. Also, we want to say thank you to your hometown Sears store and the Food City Center of Woodlands Mall. Their phone number is 562-7700. Anything you need inside or outside of your home, it doesn't really matter. They've got exactly what you need, whether it be a lawn tractor, weed eater, or even some washer and dryers and stove, refrigerator, hand tools, box springs and mattress. I mean, they just got a ton of stuff right there at that Sears store. Thank you for calling Just Sports. You on the air?
Hi,
How are you?
man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah.
I am. You know, May 4th is going to be kicking off spring practice for Campbell County Cougar football. I can tell you how football crazy we are here, and all
I
this.
know. I can't wait for that. Football comes because I want to watch it one day.
Are you? Well, have you got an FM radio? Have you got an FM radio?
Yeah, I got AM radio.
Well, guess what?
Hey,
You can listen to the football on 100.9 FM.
when I put that radio, man.
Yes, absolutely. It will come in at nighttime. It comes in a lot clearer than the AM station, as everybody will know. That the AM side seems to dwindle just a bit at night, and then it comes back strong during the day. I don't know the purpose of that, just to be honest with you. I don't know the reasoning behind that. I don't know if it's something that the FCC does. I really don't know. So you can listen to it on the FM side at 100.9. Okay.
Yeah, it's one radio. I got two radios.
Good. So you have to be able to listen.
You know?
All right. Fantastic. How you been feeling? You feeling better?
Yeah, I've been bad, but I started today down 1 to 2 until my kids, so that starts out, my kid was, they give a push.
Oh yeah.
And I like get some bills paid and everything.
Well, you know what? You got to throw the wolf a sandwich every time he comes to the door. You know, that's what we do. We work just to open the door and throw a wolf a sandwich to keep him off of us until the next round we get paid, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get back to my sponsors. Who's your favorite team?
Okay.
All right. We'll talk. Brent's doing fantastic. He took some time off as well. Kobe's took some time off, so it's just me. I'm sorry to disappoint, but it's just me.
Oh, that's thing.
Well, I'm sure they'll be back sometime, but they're taking some time off. So, who's your favorite team? I'll see you Tuesday.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. We're going to get back to our sponsors real quick. Charlie's Pizza, often imitated, never duplicated. They've been doing pizza for 38 long years, and now they've added so much more to the menu. They've had cheesesteak hoagies, hot dogs, hamburgers, grilled chicken with the melted mozzarella cheese and onions and mushrooms and whatever else you want to put on it. And their phone number for call-in orders is 562-0116, 562-0116. Or if you'd like to just go in and sit down and have a great time, it's a great family environment. You can go in, guaranteed you'll meet some friends. If you don't know anyone, you get there, you'll know some by the time you leave. It's that type of place, folks. And everybody in the county knows who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about. If they've experienced the Charlie's Pizza experience, that's exactly what it is. Also, we want to say thank you to Bird Screen Printing, downtown La Follette beside the Birds Memorial Bridge. Their phone number is 562-3044, 562-3044. Anything that you need, sign, like the sign that you see behind us, uniforms, hats, Cougar shirts, Cougar hats. You know, it's just around the corner. I mean, we're looking between now and August 1st, it's 107 days. So, I don't know, we're probably looking at about 118 days maybe before we play high school football, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm just guessing right off the top of my head. Also, Tennessee will play in sometime in September. So it's time that you go down there and get your shirts and your things that he's going to be making for Campbell County Cougar football. Also, we want to say thank you to State Farm, Miss Linda Kilgore. For 35 years, folks, she's been in the business. She knows what it's like to take somebody from cut rate insurance to insurance that will take care of you. And that's exactly what your hard-earned money needs to do. Pay for insurance that will take care of your needs during a time of tragedy, whether it be flood, tornado, wind damage, car wreck, or life insurance. Everything that I just mentioned is bad. So why not have insurance that will protect you to some degree, of course, at least replace some of the things that you lose during these troubled times. Her phone number is 566-5000, 566-5000. And for everybody that sponsors the show, we're so ever grateful. And we've been on the air now for just a little over 4 years. And I plan on continuing to do it as long as I possibly can. With your help and with the viewers, and as long as y'all keep tuning in, I'll keep talking. All right, I've got an announcement to make. May 8th, golfers, you need to mark your calendars. May 8th at 1 p.m. is going to be a golf tournament at the country club, the Follett Country Club. If you would like to register, it's $300 a team. It's 423-562-9130, and I'll repeat that again. It's 423-562-9130, and that's on May 8th, and the tournament will kick off at 1 o'clock sharp. Now, it was supposed to be tomorrow, but with the weather like it is, Mr. Richard Comer done a great job in postponing it to May 8th, which most likely during May, we probably have a little bit better weather, don't you think? So all you golfers that like to get out there and brag, you need to make sure you register and play in this tournament on May the 8th at 1 p.m. And you can register by calling the La Follette Country Club. The phone number once again is 423-562-9130. Now, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about Butch Jones. We're going to talk about the JUCO wide receiver that Tennessee offered. Also, Jarrett Guarantano, he also committed Wednesday to the University of Tennessee. He'll be playing his football in Knoxville. And one of the questions I'll have later in the show is, what's Butch Jones going to do with all these quarterbacks? He's got a ton of quarterbacks. Quentin Dormady is one. Josh Dobbs, along with Jarrett. Of course, Jarrett's 2016. I understand that he's coming in next year, but he's going to be there. Maybe they redshirt him. I don't know. We're also going to talk about Ohio State. Two coaches from Ohio State, Urban Meyer being one, and the other one is Zach. I believe his name is Zach Thomas, a wide receivers coach from Ohio State, and I will tell you here in just a second as it loads. Zach Smith from Ohio State. And let's just go ahead and get to it. Jarrett Guarantano committed to the University of Tennessee. He had Ohio State and Rutgers and the University of Tennessee as his top three schools that he wanted to choose from. Now, once he made his choice, Zach Smith, the wide receivers coach, tweeted that may be perceived as a shot at Guarantano. He says, and I repeat, I quote, "Great players thrive in competition, not amidst mediocrity. We hope you remember this." Now, this is a 17-year-old kid that just committed to the University of Tennessee. And one of his schools that he was considering was Ohio State, and a wide receivers coach had enough nerve to text that on his Twitter account. That to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why would you want to get out a shot or take a shot? Because he's committed to, he hasn't signed the letter of intent. He's just committed. He could change his mind over the summer. He could change his mind next year before he signs the letter of intent. And by that, I say, he could also change his mind and decide to go to Ohio State. I don't think that's probably going to happen now. So anytime you're in a situation like that, this is my opinion. If you're going to take someone and recruit them and they choose not to go to your school, the best thing to do is wish the young man good luck or the young lady good luck and keep them on your list, because anything could happen. Butch Jones could quit tomorrow, Butch Jones could get fired, just to name a couple of different reasons why, or Robert Gillespie could be fired, or he could have quit, whatever the case may be, whoever's recruiting this young man, and that would change a lot of things. Now, speaking of Robert Gillespie and Butch Jones, this came out some time ago, but I don't know if anybody knows exactly how much money these assistant coaches are making for the University of Tennessee. They've got some hefty raises, even though some of them still on the lower end of the salary for their positions in the Southeastern Conference. Some of them's $500,000 for an assistant. That's pretty good. For a team that went 5-7 one year and 7-6 in the other year, is that throwing too much money at these coaches? Well, I don't know. Zach Azzani, wide receivers coach, and running backs coach Robert Gillespie, they both earned the biggest bumps of $50,000 apiece. Both still rank at the low end of the staff, of course, at $350,000 a year. So Zach Azzani and Robert Gillespie makes $350,000. Mike Bajankian, of course, he left. Mike DeBoer took over, and John Janzik, he got a $40,000, which is a defensive coordinator. He got a $40,000 raise, and he is the highest paid assistant at $515,000 a year, outpacing Mike DeBoer. Mike DeBoer only got $500,000 as a offensive coordinator, $15,000 less than John Janzik. Maybe it's because John Janzik has proven himself as a defensive coordinator. Mike DeBoer, being out of football for some time, may be in a situation to where, guess what? Let's give him $500,000 and figure out what he can do with the team. Now, here's some salaries that's probably going to make you think. The defensive line coach, Steve Stripling, makes $405,000 a year. Why would you pay your defensive line coach $400,000 when you're only paying your running backs coach and your wide receivers coach $350,000? I would think most of that would be in a situation to where you can probably say that both of them or all three of them deserve to be around the same amount of money. Tommy Thigpen makes $400,000. Defensive back coach Willie Martinez makes $375,000. Offensive line coach Dan Mahoney makes $360,000. And then special teams coordinator and tight ends coach Mark Elder makes $240,000 a year, so he's the lowest paid on the staff. If you'd like to call in and talk about any of this tonight, it's 423-566-1450 or 423-562-3557. Also, Butch Jones got a $650,000 raise from the reported $2.96 million he made in 2014. So he's somewhere around about, about $3.5 million a year. Is he worth it? I don't know. We'll soon find out. I love what he's doing at the University of Tennessee, I can tell you that. All right. Before we go on, we've got a ton of stuff to talk about. I forgot to talk about the Campbell County Cougars football program. Baseball program. I apologize. We're going to start at April the 10th. They played Clinton and they lost by a score of 11-1. But then they bounced back on April the 11th and played Jellicoe and beat Jellicoe 14-6. And then they played Claiborne County and beat them 6-0. They lost to Knox Central 6-3, which was a tough game. They was up the majority of the time in that ball game up until the 5th inning when Knox Central came roaring back. They're playing Scott County tonight. I do not have the scores of the games tonight. I do apologize. But right now, the Campbell County Cougars baseball program is 7-14. And you may think, well, that's lousy. Well, it is lousy. But let's face it, they got a brand new coach. They got some young kids, some young talent, a new coach. There's always uphill battles with a new coach, not with his ways, or it's just his way of how he coaches. The kids has got to get used to it. and so on and so forth. I think he's doing a great job for the Campbell County baseball program. So no need to get down on him. This is his first year. I mean, let's face it, Coach Price and his staff came in and went 3-7 their first year. And there were still some rumblings in the community saying it's still going to be the same old Campbell County. Well, they've proven you wrong for those who said that. And now the Campbell County program in baseball, they're 7-14. They're 7 games under 500. I don't know exactly how many more games they've got left because the schedules kind of has been changed with all the cancellations. It's kind of changed, so I can't really tell you who they play next. Let's see here. They play on the 17th, according to this now. They play Carter at Carter on Friday, April the 17th at 5:30. April the 20th, which is Monday, they play Fulton at Campbell County High School, providing the weather holds out. And then, of course, Tuesday, April the 21st, they play Anderson County at Anderson County. So with that being said, that's the next 3 games that Campbell County baseball program will have. And you know, we have a lot of folks that watch and go to the game at football, and we have pretty good crowds at basketball games. But we don't have a whole lot of crowds, a heavy crowd at the baseball field, and I don't know why. Maybe we're not giving them enough publicity. Maybe we're not talking about them enough, or not having a coach on enough, or maybe it's our fault that we're not putting them in a situation like we do with football or basketball. But they certainly need some support. So if y'all are not doing anything, come next Monday, April the 20th, maybe you need to go up there and watch them play Fulton at Campbell County High School, of course, weather permitting. Now, we talked about the raises for the University of Tennessee and their assistant coaches. We also are going to talk about Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer has now received a contract of and I don't like Urban Meyer. I didn't like him when he was at Florida. I liked him when he was at Utah because nobody knew about him. He was just out there in the Midwest, out there floating around. So nobody really cared about Urban Meyer back then. But since he moved to the SEC and now he's at Ohio State, they gave him a raise. He's going to make over the next 6 years somewhere in the neighborhood of $6.5 million a year. Is that too much for a coach? I mean, really? Stop and think about it. $6.5 million a year. That is a ton of money. That's a lot of money for a coach. Now, I am a firm believer that I don't think we should play or should pay football players to play or student athletes to play. But I'm starting to change my stance on that simply because of the fact of if they're going to pay these coaches that much money, why can we not pay these players to play football, these guys to play basketball, and so on and so forth? That's my question. It's one of those situations to where you take some talent, you go and recruit these kids, and sure, I know they get a scholarship and they get a free education. I get all that, but it doesn't pay for incidentals. Now that the Tennessee and they're upping the money for the scholarship aid to Tennessee is $5,600 or $5,700. That helps, but if that money that they're going to get paid, the $5,700 is an increase to help them with incidentals. I don't think tattoos is an incidental. Am I wrong for saying that? I don't think going out and paying for a tattoo from money that you receive from school when it should be going someplace else is an incidental. It's not something that you need. So I don't know. I just think that we probably should start paying them, period. Let it be like a minor league for football, minor league for basketball, be like a D League for the NBA, whatever the case may be. If you're going to give all your money to these coaches, then why not go ahead and pay these players? Also, the Tennessee Vols defensive unit stepped up last Saturday, and I know I'm late getting to this, but I tried to go over this Tuesday night, but we just got busy, got talking about too many things, and just couldn't get to it. I've got another page of notes that I'm going to try my best to get to, just like the Jameis Winston. He's being sued by the lady that was assaulted, and here's the bad thing. The NFL says it's probably not going to hurt his draft status. What? You get rid of Ray Rice because he punched his wife, knocked her out. He was out of football, and I don't think he's coming back. I don't think they'll have a team that will have him. Adrian Peterson, he's reinstated. He will not suffer any more being suspended, but Jameis Winston is being sued by the victim of the case that Florida State swept under the rug. Well, Florida State can't protect him anymore. So I think it's bad for the NFL. It shows something that goes exactly against exactly what they've been preaching all year about stopping domestic violence and stopping all of that goes along with it. Also, the Chargers are looking to get rid of Phillip Rivers because the Chargers are thinking about moving to the Los Angeles area. And Phillip Rivers has one more year on his contract. He doesn't want to go to Los Angeles. So they're thinking about dealing him to the Tennessee Titans for the Tennessee Titans #1 first round, or slot number two of the first round pick. If that's the case, then San Diego would get Marcus Mariota because Tampa Bay has made it known pretty firm that they're going to take Jameis Winston. So Phillip Rivers leaves San Diego. He's been a San Diego Charger ever since he's come into the league. And now he's going to be traded, or there's rumors that's going to be traded to the Tennessee Titans. Surely to goodness, the Tennessee Titans ain't goofy enough to do that. Phillip Rivers, getting up in age, you're not going to have a good 10 years out of Phillip Rivers. You'll be lucky to get a good 5 out of Phillip Rivers. Lucky to get 5 years out of Phillip Rivers. So why would you trade your #1 pick, your first round #2 overall pick, to pick up a quarterback that you're only going to have 5 years? There's not going to be another quarterback like Marcus Mariota come around next year. I wouldn't think so. But that's just something to think about. Also, we're going to talk about the sleeper for the Heisman candidates. Also, the dark horse player of the year. And I know that you think that how can these guys on Bleacher Report come out with all this stuff and so on and so forth. But we're going to cover this real quick. My time's almost up. We're only going to have a half-hour show tonight. I told Jason we was only going to have a half-hour show because I didn't have a clue that I was going to talk this much, just to be honest with you. But the player of the year, the dark horse, of course, is Brad Kaya, a quarterback out of Miami. Oklahoma State quarterback Mason Rudolph, he's a dark horse. Big Ten Wisconsin running back Corey Clement, he's a dark horse. Arizona State quarterback Mike Bikovich. Do you even know these players? And then #1 on the list, of course, is Tennessee defensive end Derek Barnett. I think that's pretty sweet. Derek Barnett, of course, you've seen what he did last year. And then, of course, they're also talking about the Heisman, the sleeper candidates for the Heisman in 2015. And yes, our own Tennessee Joshua Dobbs made the list. And I'll run down the list real quick. Anu Solomon, quarterback out of Arizona, is a sleeper Heisman Trophy candidate. Gunnar Kyle out of Cincinnati is a quarterback. Ryan Finley, quarterback out of Boise State. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback out of Texas Tech. Malik Zaire, quarterback out of Notre Dame. And Joshua Dobbs, quarterback out of Tennessee. Vernon Adams, quarterback out of Oregon. Does it really matter who else it is? I mean, if you're a Vol fan, you're just glad Joshua Dobbs is on the list. but is it a little premature? I believe it is a little premature. I think the player of the year, I certainly think Derek Barnett, barring any injuries, has a perfect opportunity to be player of the year. Defensive guy, defensive lineman, being a defensive player or a player of the year, not unheard of, not the way he plays. And if Tennessee has the success on the defensive line like they had last year, it will be a very good possibility. With that being said, my time has come and gone. Actually, I went over a minute. So I certainly appreciate everybody that tuned in. We didn't get any calls tonight, but that's okay. We'll be back Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. For our executive producer, Jason Shockley, my name is Les Martin. We will see you Tuesday night, and thank you for watching Just Sports on WLAF Sports Network.
Heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing, 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Now talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are them here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym for any other gym in the Follette.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do, really.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Folks, this is Robert again from your Sears hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed, or having a backache, or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears hometown store. So come on down to your Sears hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joey Portnoy from world famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, riding with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands. Because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pastas, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Listen up, Cougar fans, wherever you are. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette next to Big Creek is the place to go for all things Cougar. T-shirts, caps, jackets, and much more. If it's Cougars, it's at Birch Screen Printing, 423-562-3044. Need T-shirts or caps or polos for your business, special event, or church function? Birch is the business to call. Lettering, screen printing, and especially for all things Cougar. Birch Screen Printing in the heart of La Follette.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Now talk a little bit about the personal trainers. How good are they down here?
They're very great. We love Howard. He's very good with people. He always has people in here. He's working with them really well. They're seeing results. He's one of the best that we have, I would say.
So now, would you guys recommend your friends to come to Castleton as opposed?
Absolutely. We got a lot of friends who actually have started coming here, and I would recommend this gym for any other gym in the Follette.
Families work out nowadays. Is this a good family?
Yes, it's very family oriented. They have places for the kids to play in the back if they're coming in while the parents are working out.
Right.
And it's very family oriented. There's things for everyone to do, really.
Hello folks, this is Robert again from your Sears hometown store. If you're having trouble tossing and turning in bed or having a backache or your partner wakes you up when they come to bed, we can solve your problem with our Sealy Posturepedic mattresses or other name brand mattresses at your Sears hometown store. So come on down to your Sears hometown store and get some rest for your eyeballs with one of our Sealy or other fine mattresses.
Just look for the parking lot full of cars. Yep, that's Charlie's Pizza.
Hey, this is Joey Portman out the world famous Charlie's Pizza. Come down and see us.
First dates, starting with friends, celebrations, a break from work, whatever your excuse for stopping by Charlie's Pizza, everyone understands because we all love Charlie's for pizza, pastas, sandwiches, salads, and lots more. What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza specialty? What's your favorite Charlie's Pizza memory? It's the worst kept secret around. It's Charlie's Pizza in Jacksboro. See you there.
Night, even if I've got 3 strikes.